Right, so what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video here today. Now today, what I want to talk about is the possibility of new things coming to Black Ops 3 in the near future. But if you guys do go ahead and you do enjoy this video, a like rating would be very much appreciated. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. So yes guys, over the next few weeks or months, we could be seeing new features added to Black Ops 3, and I don't just say that out of speculation. I really do think that we could be seeing new features coming to Black Ops 3. So about a week and a half ago, just before Christmas, Treyarch held a live stream that only lasted about 15 minutes, and basically they talked about what an amazing year they'd had over at their studios, what an amazing year they'd had creating the game, and just how it all come together, and just talked about how an amazing year and how the game was developed, and just talked about what an amazing year they'd had over at the studios. And while they were doing this, they also had Jason Blundell, and I can't quite remember his name, but the head of multiplayer in the studios. And when they were talking, you could kind of see that Jason Blundell was kind of looking at the camera, as into like kind of hinting that we could be seeing a new feature coming to zombies. And well, later that day we saw the introduction of the Newton's Cookbook, which is a new feature that was brought into zombies just after Infinite Warfare was released. Like I'd say about a week and a half ago, like straight after the live stream finished. Noah J456 and all them kind of zombies YouTubers were streaming, and yes, this Newton Cookbook got released. And basically what it is it's a way that you can craft like gobblegums. If you're not sure what gobblegums are the equivalent of perks in multiplayer pretty much, but there's like a more variety. There's just 3. I believe you can have 4 in a game, and you just go up to the gobblegum machine and hold X or Y or whatever it is on Xbox, and yeah, you get a gobblegum. And it was just a way you could craft them. Obviously you can get them out of the I'm not quite sure of his name, but you can like go into the factory and you can craft them that way. You can like, it's like a bit like the black market, but for zombies. But yeah, we saw the introduction of this Newton's Cookbook, and it's basically like the equivalent of the black market but in zombies, and then you can craft, instead of just buying them, you can craft gobblegums. Now what I'm kind of thinking in my head right now is, could we be seeing the equivalent of that Newton's Cookbook but in multiplayer? Like I said, we have the black market, and that's kind of what we have in zombies before the Newton's Cookbook come out. I think it's called Dr. Monty's Factory. There we go. It's kind of like the black market, how you can buy COD points and you can spend them in the Dr. Monty's Factory, and you can like you can get, well, what the equivalent would be of DLC weapons in multiplayer. You can get DLC gobblegums, and just, well, you can only really unlock gobblegums because that's the only thing you can unlock in zombies. But yes, that's kind of the equivalent of the black market. So we got this new introduction to zombies called the Newton's Cookbook, and I really do think we could be seeing something like the equivalent of that but in Black Ops 3 multiplayer. So you can, let's say if you have 3 DLC weapons that you don't like, let's say you have the NX Shadow Claw, you have 2 or 3 DLC weapon, like melee weapons that you don't use, but you really want the SVR or you really want the Peacekeeper, you could just put those into this new system that we could be seeing, and within the space of, like, you might have to wait like a minute or so or 2 minutes, and then you have your DLC weapon and you can see it crafted in the menus. I think it would be something cool. Like I said, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but Treyarch would lose a lot of money doing this. This is why they don't really like to add features like this to the game, because they would lose a lot of money doing it. Like, it's not cheap for them to do. So like I said, it isn't the best thing for them to do. In their eyes, they're probably thinking, no, we're not doing that because we're going to lose. Well, we're going to lose, I'm not sure on the correct amount, but we lose a lot of money. Like, that's where Treyarch get a lot of their money from, through people buying COD points. And if there's a new feature added, like what I've just mentioned, like what's in zombies right now, people aren't just not going to buy COD points because they can just like use their current DLC weapons to craft their weapons, which isn't the best idea in their eyes. But I really do think that over the next few weeks or months we could be seeing a new feature added to Black Ops 3 multiplayer that lets you craft your current Black Ops 3 DLC weapons that you do not like, craft them and make weapons that you don't have but you really want to try and use. But guys, that is going to wrap up this Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. If you did go on to enjoy it, like I said at the beginning, go ahead and drop a like, and also consider subscribing to the channel. It would be much appreciated, and I'll see you all in my next video.